I found an interesting edge case on this road, 14th Street in Santa Monica. We're supposed to go straight, but the road kind of makes an S turn through this intersection. And this is where FSD Beta gets confused. If you can see in the visuals, there are two lanes. One is supposed to go straight, the other one is supposed to make a left turn. And as you can see, we're actually in the incorrect lane. The left lane and the visuals are showing, the lane planner is showing that we're going to make a left turn even though we're supposed to be going straight. As the light turns green here, technically we have already failed since we need to make that left turn. But since there's nobody behind me, I wanted to see what FSD Beta will do. Looks like the lane planner midway through figures out we need to be in the right lane, so it makes that change and follows the route correctly. Okay, round 2, I flipped the car around and now we're going southbound. This time, as we come to the intersection, there's actually 3 lanes, and FSD Beta is already struggling trying to figure out which one to go to. It actually figured out the correct one, middle lane, right as it got to the end. It seems to me that the software is figuring this out real time since it's not really getting much help from the map data. Easy enough, it makes it fine through this intersection and continues on the road correctly. Alright, round 3, northbound this time, and I decided to keep the map on just to see what the route looks like. As you can see, Beta is already struggling mightily trying to figure out which lane to go to. As we move forward through the intersection, the blue tentacle finally becomes stable and we move forward correctly straight ahead. Alright, we turned the car around and now we're going southbound. I decided to engage Beta close to the intersection from the middle lane to see if it actually makes a difference. As you can see in the visualization, the blue tentacle is very solid, so FSD Beta should make it through this intersection without any issues, and it looks like it does. Alright, we turned the car around again, and this time going northbound. Looks like we have a green light, and so FSD Beta has to make a decision here in real time. First it picks the left turning lane, which is incorrect. Then it changes his mind, goes into the right lane, but then all of a sudden it bails out and makes a right turn instead. Okay, so I went around the block and we're going to try northbound again. This time we have the red light. And as we're slowing down, initially decides to take the left lane, but then it changes its mind and decides to go back behind the car. Interestingly, the map is actually showing that left lane is left turn only and right lane is right turn only. So maybe it's an issue with stale map data here. Halfway through the red light, it looks like it changes its mind again, and now it's going to go into the left turn only lane and slowly move forward until the edge. As the light turns green, it seemed to me that it was unsure of what it wanted to do. There was too many cars around me, so I decided to disengage. Looking back at the footage, it looked like it wanted to change lanes midway through the intersection. Okay, we went around the block to try this again, and this time we're getting the green light, and immediately we're going into the left turning lane. And as we approach the intersection, once again, it figures out we need to change lanes to follow route. So it does that since there's no other cars around. Alright, round 8, we turn the car around, and as we approach the intersection, it is struggling to see which lane it wants to pick. Looks like it chose the left turning lane. Now the blue tentacle is already giving us a hint that it's going to bail out on this turn and make a left instead of go straight. But let's see what happens as the light turns green. I thought about it for a little bit, but then it said, let's just make the left turn.
It bailed out at the last second.
Looks like it was still trying to make a maneuver even at the end of that turn. Okay, for round 9, we're going to go northbound this time. And at this point, I'm convinced it's a map issue as it's making the change into the left lane. And it looks like we might have to make a maneuver again as the light turns green to see if we can get back into the right lane. As we accelerate, looks like it's just going to make that left turn, even though it says it's going to try to get back into the right lane. Okay, so we turned the car around for the last time to try this northbound intersection. And again, it's going into the left lane. And like before, there is some indecision, so that it goes back into the left lane and going to proceed from there. It'll be interesting to see when Tesla decides to update the map data and see how this might fix the situation. And as the light turns green, we start moving forward, and it looks like we're just gonna go through the left turn and attempt to change lanes, but it's too late. Bad routing at the intersection, repeated multiple times. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll be on the hunt for some more edge cases.